My name is Dr. Ada Obekpa. I was born 36 years ago on the 13th of September 1974 in Barikan Ladi, a small town near the beautiful hill city of Jos in Plateau State. I was born to His Royal Highness Elias Ikoyi Obekpa and Florence Alametu Obekpa. Started my formal education in Army Children's School, Otupo in Benue State in 1980. My education started at home. I was homeschooled by my mom and dad, my uncles, my aunts, and lots of my cousins who lived with us. They told us a lot of stories about the history of our people, stories about the animal kingdom, and visits by the animals to heaven, and lots of heavenly stories. We learned a lot from those stories about truth, love, and justice, about the need to care for our brothers and to speak the truth whenever you see injustice. I continued with my formal education in Army Children's School, Otupo, where I enrolled in Primary 1 in 1980 at the age of 6. I took my common entrance examination in Primary 4. I was admitted to Form 1 at the age of 9 in Government College, Makurdi. I had great teachers in Government College, Makurdi. It was a public school. We had teachers who inspired us to work hard, to do right, and also taught us the value for education. I graduated from Government College in 1989 at the age of 15, and I was the overall best student in my secondary school. I later took my JAMB examination and I was admitted to study medicine at the University of Ibadan, where I enrolled in 1990 and graduated after 8 years as a medical doctor at the age of 23. Unfortunately, during those years in the university, a lot of the problems of Nigeria had started. All of the strikes in the universities, which made us spend extra 2 years in school rather than graduating in 1998. I did my internship in Yaba Military Hospital from 1998 to 1999. I was posted to Lagos State for my National Youth Service, where I served in a primary healthcare center in Lagos. During my youth service in Lagos, I and a couple of friends of mine who were coppers also felt the need for an African Renaissance, the need to reawaken our African heritage, and founded Renaissance Network Africa in 1999. Renaissance Network Africa was born out of the need for a reawakening of the deep cultural heritage of the African people. The idea for this organization was born out of my deep belief at the time for the urgent need for an African Renaissance. I believe strongly then, and I do more so now, that we have lost a lot of the ancient deep wisdom of our forefathers, which is enshrined in the culture and custom and traditions of our people. And I felt that a lot of our problems today, it's born out of our failure to renew the wisdom of our heritage. I and a few of my friends traveled around Nigeria. We visited palaces of the kings of different kingdoms. We met with the Akran of Badagry, the Alafin of Oyo, the Obi of Phoenicia, the Adebayero of Kano, the Tortiv, my father, the Ochidaman. And we spoke to several elders from so many other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. We also met with representatives of the government, political leaders, and we discussed the need for this African Renaissance. We talked about the need to reach out to our African brothers and sisters in the diaspora, to work with us in renewing and building our continent. We discussed with the Lagos State government, and we worked with the Lagos State government and the Akran of Badagry to initiate and develop the Badagry Black Heritage Festival. We also discussed extensively at the time with the government of Olusegun Obasanjo in 1999, when there was hope for Nigeria at the dawn of a new democracy. I've traveled around Nigeria over the past several weeks, where I had the privilege of meeting with lots of Nigerians, students, mothers, fathers, traditional rulers, professors in the universities, doctors, nurses, market women. And the message I get from everyone I spoke with is the urgent need for some change in Nigeria. The fact that the country can't continue on the same path, and that we need a new beginning, that we need a different direction for the country. There are several stories that were shared with me, and I'll share some of those stories with you today. Spoke with one of my uncles who had worked for the government for over 35 years and retired as a civil servant. And as of today, he has not been paid his pension or his gratuities. And he tells me that he begs from house to house, trying to make a living. This is a man who gave all his life to the country. And now that he's old and retired, expects that the country should take care of him. There are several stories like this in Nigeria. There are stories I was told about family members going to the hospitals where there are no drugs, no doctors, where people die needlessly. And time has come for us to stand up and do something about this. And in the recent weeks, I've been back in the US, traveling around America, speaking with my friends, those who are Nigerians, those who love Nigeria, those who are married to Nigerians, about the need for this urgent change in Nigeria. And the sense I get from discussing with my friends in the US too is that the time has come and that there's a spontaneous reawakening among lots of Nigerians and lovers of Nigerian Africa, that we should all come together and do something about the rebirth of our nation. And I'll continue to speak with my friends and people who want to be part of this movement, who want to be part of this change, that we can all go back home and try to rebuild our country again, try to make our schools work, try to make our hospitals work, try to turn our hospitals to institutions that care about human life, irrespective of your wealth, whether you're poor or you're rich. To build schools where dreams and hope can be built again. The kind of schools that we went to back in Nigeria. To develop our agricultural potential. I remember way back when I was a little kid, we go home to the villages to spend our long vacation at home. My mom and my dad had farms then, and I worked on the farm as a little kid. Then there were a few families who starved in Nigeria because everyone had a farm. We need to get back to some of these old traditions and values that our forefathers lived by for centuries.